1850s, United States boundaries suddenly reached into uncharted new territories. Some of these frontiers lay past the Great Plains, over such vast mountain ranges as the Rockies, and across the deserts of the Southwest. Given the task of protecting settlers coming from the east, the United States Army established forts and way stations along the then primitive trails west. To their surprise, they found that horses and pack mules lacked the stamina for travel in such differing climates. So, under Secretary of War Jefferson Davis, the Army carried out an unusual experiment, the formation of the first and only U.S. Cavalry Camel Corps. In 1855, with President Franklin Pierce's approval and congressional funding, a select unit of Texas horse soldiers was told that they had been chosen for the honor of protecting their country from camelback. A movie, very loosely based on their adventures, is now being made as filmmakers travel from Texas to California along the same roads forged by the real Camel Corps over a century ago. They are reenacting the lighter moments of the experiment and inventing some new ones for the motion picture Comps.
Come on, guys, be serious. This is a comedy.
Mulberry Square Productions in Dallas, who made Benji, is now making a comedy about camels and the cavalry. And just as it was in the 1850s, they found that soldiers had to be taught about the animals, even modern movie soldiers.
Right, the camel should always be in this position before mounting. And once secure in the saddle, you need only to give the command, up, up. Always remembering that in the process of riding, she will first rock you to the rear and then rock you to the fore. Bit of a ditty, actually. Rock you to the rear, rock you to the fore. Do-da, do-da.
Unlike horses, camels possess endurance for long travels, greater strength for carrying supplies, and a mind of their own.
Well, some are vicious, some are gentle, some are in between, and all of them are stubborn. Well, they're just, I won't say they're a stubborn animal, they're a cautious animal.
At first, the Army tried to use the camel as a fighting animal, but soon discovered them more suited to other duties.
They failed pretty miserably as a fighting animal, but in the later experiments and packing across the desert from Camp Verde, Texas to Fort Tejon, California, they were a big success because, well, they were adapted to the terrain. They could handle themselves. They could handle everything that the cavalry needed.
Whatever the history books say, the time that camels came to America is still fondly recalled throughout the West. So when Dallas marketing whiz turned director Joe Kemp had guided Benji through its release, he turned his attention from canines to camels.
The whole idea of taking a bunch of dyed-in-the-wool horse soldiers and placing them on camels, and the fact that it actually took place at a point in time in history seemed incredibly funny to us in the first place, and so we started trying to develop it as a film, but the more we developed it, the less and less historical it got, and the more hysterical it got.
In the story, Hampton, a Green Army lieutenant sent from Washington to Texas, has not gotten around to telling his men that the Arabian horses they've been expecting are really camels. Their sergeant is played by Christopher Conley.
Whoa! Here, come here. Come over here, I want to talk to you. I got something very important to tell you right now. Where have you been? I'm afraid you're going to be late.
Late?
Tibbs, don't unsaddle horses.
How come? You mean our Arabians ain't broke yet?
Oh, they're broke all right. They just ain't Arabians. Aren't Arabians. Well, they are Arabians, in a manner of speaking. They just aren't horses. I see by the expression on your face that you know that already.
I don't believe it. I just don't believe it. You look at those things, and you're expecting to have beautiful Arabian horses, and you see these furry things standing there, staring at you, wiggling their noses in their mouths, and it's just complete disbelief and shock. The audience at that point, I believe, would be on the side of the horse soldiers. I mean, they ain't John Wayne, you know. Goodbye. Mount up!
In 1855, there were few experts on camels. The Army was fortunate in having one, however, even if he had to say so himself. He was known as High Jolly, and he is played by Gene Conforti.
High Jolly is or was an actual person. Of course, Joe and I made him a little bit more eccentric than he probably was because, well, let's face it, who believe it?
Come on, fellas. Give it a chance. Oh, dear. We seem to be on to a bit of a sticky-wicky start, what? The accent or the attire? Origin, Arab. Education, Oxford. Class of 54, actually. Haji Ali is the name. Or, if you prefer, as your barge driver so quaintly called me, High Jolly. In either event, Camel instructor extraordinaire at your service, sir.
The camels made an early impression on the U.S. cavalry. There's a right way, a wrong way, the Army way, and the camel's way.
Take 11, marker.
First, we have to teach the men how to use the camels.
Come in.
I'm terribly sorry to disturb you, but Lieutenant Clemens is their hospital on post. You see, well, she was feeling a dash fragile today. You see how she's reacting?
That's like fragile to me. Hi there. This is expensive.
Swelling on top.
Swelling.
Take 72. Marker.
You see, sir, first we have to teach the men how to use the camels.
Come in.
I say, I'm terribly sorry to disturb you, but is there a hospital on post, Lieutenant Clemens? You see, well, she was feeling a dash fragile. Say,
Take 85. Marker.
First, we have to teach the men how to use the camels.
Come in.
I say, I'm terribly sorry to disturb you, but Lieutenant Clemens, is there a hospital on post? You see, well, she was feeling a dash. Oh, she got her head. Come back, no.
Come back, Sheba.
For Jim Hampton, the sympathetic starring role of the Army lieutenant presented a challenge.
And the thing about Lieutenant Howard Clemens is that he's really not stupid, but he's a fish out of water. He was very good back in Washington, but when he's put in command, especially of camels, he looked pretty dumb by some of the things that he did. They were pretty funny.
In the movie, as in history, the camels proved that they could beat the horses. The finish of their race is staged on a grand scale by director Camel. outbreak of the Civil War in the East and the building of the railroads made the Camel Corps a footnote in American history. But they are still remembered in story, in legend, and in Hops, a family film by Joe Kent.